Hi, my name is Noah and I smell good, and today we're going to be doing a comparison between a niche fragrance and a cheap fragrance. So let's get right into it. The two fragrances that we have to compare today are Sugarful Pour Homme by Michael Germain, and we have Al Contrario by Tiziana Terenzi. So let's get into it. Just want to interrupt the video for a second. If you have a fragrance collection and you would like me to review it, send it to me in my Instagram down below. Here's the @ it's Noah Smells Good on Instagram. Take a photo of your collection and send it to me because I want to do a fragrance collection review video. So if you have one and you want to send it in, send it to this Instagram account right here. So off the rip, the niche fragrance has a very beautiful box. It's big, it feels sturdy. It's got a bunch of words on the back that I don't know what they mean, but it is a very nice packaging. This is what you should expect when buying a higher end fragrance. I'm very impressed with it. Now, although I do like the niche fragrances packaging, there's something to be said for the cheap fragrances packaging. I picked this up for 30 bucks, and it is quite the box for a $30 cologne. I think it opens from the bottom, as I can feel with my fingers, like a Jean Paul Gaultier, but that is very impressive. I do prefer the niche fragrance, but for 30 bucks, this is great packaging. Now, if you've watched any of my shorts or TikToks or Reels, you know what I'm gonna say. Presentation does not matter. What matters is how it smells. So let's start off with Sugarful Noir, because this will be easier to unbox. Very nice looking bottle. Honestly, it's pretty simple. It almost looks like a salt or pepper shaker. I don't really know the notes for this. I just know it's probably gonna be sweet since it's called Sugarful. So let's give it a spray. Wow, so off rip, I am getting very strong orangey, cinnamony, woodsy type of vibe. It's kind of similar to 1 Million. I feel like I've smelled this a million times before. However, this smells very high quality. If you put this on a tester strip next to 1 Million, I probably would say that they both cost around the same price. Now, even though it doesn't smell unique, if you're just starting out your fragrance journey and you're wanting to build up your collection with good scents that aren't gonna be too far out there, this would be a good pick for you. I'm honestly quite impressed with this. I'd have to give it some time to dry down on skin and test out its performance, but for what it is, this is definitely a good pickup. Now on to the niche fragrance. All right, I'm here with the niche fragrance. Now, before I open this, I just gotta say, one of the most frustrating things for me in the fragrance community has been finding something that not everybody talks about. Everybody, when they talk about niche fragrances, it's always a Parfums de Marly or a Xerjoff or a Mason Francis Kurkdjian. And while those are amazing brands and I want to try them and add them to my collection, it's hard to find something that you really feel is your own unique smell. But when I went on Fragrantica a while ago, I saw the notes on this and I got really excited. I've never tried a Tiziana Terenzi fragrance, and today is going to be that day for me. So let's get this open. Most of Tiziana Terenzi's fame has come from their scent called Kirk. This is not a fruity scent, even though Kirk and fruity scents are what this brand is known for. Let's open it up together. Ooh, would you look at that? It's called Al Contrario. Now, this does not look like a lot of their normal bottles. A lot of their normal bottles are gold with a big circle cap on it. But this is a 50 ml size, and I think it's from a different line that they had. So I'm gonna spray it in a minute, but I'm gonna first look at what's inside the box. So you get a little packet with all of the different fragrances that this brand makes and all of their different lines, so that's pretty nice. Then you get a little booklet about the scent itself, and it gives you all of the notes on the front page. And lastly, I don't know if you can see it, but in the bottom of this box, there's a cap for the fragrance because the original cap is so huge. I wanna see how this smells, so let's give it a spray. Very interesting. So this is coming off a lot softer than what I had expected. I knew that it was a powdery chocolate, but I still thought it would be a lot more masculine. This has almost like a coconut oil, chocolatey type of body wash smell. This is very light and palatable, and this fragrance is definitely unisex. The chocolatiness that I get from this is almost like straight cacao. I don't know if you've ever smelled the beans that chocolate is made from, but this is very similar to the raw chocolate rather than like a refined milk or dark chocolate. As this is drying down, I'm getting a bit of a nutty feel to it. It almost smells like a light, creamy Nutella, but not that sweet. This is very interesting. It's almost if you made a naturalistic Nutella that removed all of the artificial sweetening. I feel like this may be like Bianco Latte, where I need to digest the fragrance a little bit to really understand if I love it or not. So I'm gonna put this on skin and I'm gonna get back to you at the end to give you my review of should you go for a cheap fragrance or a niche fragrance. So let me go test these out and I'll be right back. If you've made it this far in the video, make sure that you press the like button, make sure that you press the subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year. Comment a fragrance I should try down below, and who knows, maybe I'll try it in a long video or in a YouTube short. I'm also available on TikTok and Instagram, and I hope that you're enjoying the video. Let's get back to it. All right, I'm back. I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. I'm actually gonna start with the niche fragrance. Al Contrario. Should you buy this over a cheaper fragrance? The answer is complicated. Firstly, as this dried down, one of the beautiful things about niche fragrances is that they actually change over time. What this started off as is not what it finished as. And that's one of the things that people who are really into fragrances appreciate. It's definitely a good edible gourmand, but it's not as sweet as other gourmands that I've tried. My answer to should you buy this over a cheap fragrance is this. If you are just getting into fragrances and you're watching fragrance TikToks and you're wondering which one to get, do not start with niche. I would not have been able to appreciate this if I hadn't gone through all the designers you see behind me. But if you are experienced and you like fragrances and you wear it and you have it as a hobby, I would honestly say that this is worth it. It's very unique. Tiziana Terenzi on discounters online is a very affordable niche brand as far as niche fragrances go, and this is definitely unique enough for a pickup. I don't know anyone who's even talked about this or heard about this. This is definitely worth it if you like gourmands and you like a chocolatey type fragrance and you're a bit more experienced in the fragrance game. All right, now for the cheap fragrance. This thing projects. When I sprayed this on and I wore it, it filled a room. A lot of cheaper fragrances, aside from your Middle Eastern ones, don't really perform that well and they don't really smell that high quality. This smells high quality and it performs very well. This does what 1 million does for way less of a price tag, and this performs honestly better than 1 million. It's very sweet, cinnamony, it's very inviting and easy to like. This is a mass appealing fragrance. For $30, I am very satisfied with this purchase. So overall, what do I think is better? I prefer the niche fragrance. However, if we're talking strictly value for money, I do not think you're gonna find many fragrances better than this one right here. It is a nice, mass appealing, good projecting, great performing fragrance. And honestly, for $30, I couldn't be happier. If you have a little bit more money to spend and you're really taking fragrances serious as a hobby, I would say that Al Contrario is not really a must-have, but it is definitely a unique, great piece to have in your collection if you're a gourmand lover like myself. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like down below, and I really hope I see you again in the next one.